built a website, rlkramer.us. I write blogs. I live in the future. Nobody reads it, and I don't make any money from it. I love it. When I go fishing, I'll drive very far, and I will invest in understanding the gear and the things and everything I do, and I will spend a whole day casting lines that go nowhere, and I catch nothing. And sometimes I'll even see the fish, and I won't catch them. And sometimes I get discouraged, and I'll go home, and I'll walk to my car and say, I'll never fish again. And then the next day, I'll want to fish again. And I'll do the same thing, and I'll go to a different river with different flies and different approach with the same intention of catching fish. And I won't catch fish again. And I return again and again and again. And I make YouTube videos and blogs. I write a book. I do all this. It's the same. And, it's like I'm expecting to catch a fish. But what you learn each time is that it's not about the fish. It's about what happens trying to search for the fish. And nobody watches these videos. That's rude. For me to say nobody watches these videos, it's completely disrespectful to you. You're watching this video. And I really appreciate that. And we're connected. And if it's me and you only, if single viewer is you, that's pretty cool. And that's special. And that's actually really great. And even if I catch that tiny little fish, that's pretty special too. I think that when you make content on the internet and you say, oh, only got 100 views, that's 100 souls, man. That's 100 real people. And that's amazing that I can connect with 100 real people. It's rude to think that I need to catch with thousands for it to mean anything. Because if I make a video and 0 people watch it, but I sit in the car and have insights like this, is that not enough? Is that not have fulfilled some kind of destiny in this? Why does everything have to be so datafied, so metrified? Why do I have to have metrics of my validation? Why do I need people on YouTube to subscribe to my channel for me to feel good about myself, to imagine that my likability as a human being is measured via these metrics, via likes, thumbs up, comments, and not just the conclusions I come to myself in my car on the way to the sauna alone? Why can't I just say I'm valuable? Well, we live in a little bit of a time where there's so much data about everything that our own intuitions are null and void to some extent. Instead of eating a food and saying I feel good, we need to know all the information about it. We need the data. We need the thing. We can't just look at the fruit on the tree and know this is tasty and identify the tree. We need data. We need sources. We need to cite our sources. We need those sources fact checked. So, am I an interesting person? Am I interested in myself? Yeah. Are you interested in me? Why? I don't know. I still am just dancing around this idea of what am I actually talking about? What is the point of this channel? Is the point of it, I have a book coming out, and a lot of me wants to be like, well, go forward on the channel and just talk about one thing. And that one thing is supposed to be ADD and Adderall. Talk about all the amphetamines you did, Russell. Talk about that time you did amphetamines 1,000 times from the age of 7 to 23. That's the most interesting thing about you? It's not. Or is it? Is it the most valuable experience I have to give me the most valuable perspective? Maybe. Maybe right now, the most useful thing I can do for others, and not just myself, is to talk about that. Because I know that I've moved beyond that. I don't take amphetamines, and I don't need to. And yeah, I have ADD, and that's okay. I like it. I like my personality. It's challenging to be a person. And I don't know if it's easier, if life is just easier on amphetamines or easier for other people, or if they're just better at it. I don't know. I can't know. I'm trapped in my experience, much as you are. But what I do know is that I took a lot of amphetamines, I stopped taking them, and I feel better. And I know that people, it might be one person, find value in me talking about that. So I do talk about that. But I'm just thinking about this portal that is YouTube and thinking, what else can I do with it? Leave a comment and tell me what you'd like to see. I don't even know, man. I don't know. All I know, it's do I just produce things? Do I just film everything I do for a week? Do I talk about the specific things? Is it worth sharing? Is it worth... what are you doing when you come across this video? I don't know. You know that they have the... videos at loop.tv now. They think we want to watch ads when we're at the gas station.
Hello everyone, this is Cheddar News.
Look, this one, I'm going to show you a trick.
Lamar Jackson just reached a deal with the
Somebody did the courtesy of writing mute right there. Look at this. So maybe on yours, third button up on the right, we'll turn it off. There it is. We never agreed to be advertised to while we filled gas. So this one is just, I'm just gonna keep making vlogs. I'm gonna keep making blogs. I'm gonna keep taking pictures. I'm gonna keep writing books. I'm gonna keep construction cabinets. I'm gonna keep being a father. I'm gonna keep being a husband. I'm gonna do everything I can to not get overwhelmed when I do all this shit. I'm gonna try to pay off my debts. I'm gonna publish a book. I'm gonna go on podcasts. I'm going to do all this stuff because I understand that why not? There was a time when I thought I wasn't gonna keep living before, you know, and I'm here and I'm alive. So it's like you have that realization that you're not always gonna be here, so do what you have to do now. But then you realize that those things take years, and you're like, well, then I have to do a little bit of it every day. You know, if it was my last day on earth, I wouldn't be able to get my book published. It takes a very long time. Publishing books is super involved. And especially if the more, I don't know, my book's not like more important than other people's book. I don't know. I can't speak to what I haven't done, but I've done one book, and holy moly is it taken a lot of work for me to feel like it's worth sharing. It's not easy. But that book is coming. If you're curious about the book process, I'm doing a final read through right now. I'm gonna set it to a copy editor, and then it's gonna get copy edited, and then holy moly macaroni, that thing's ready for publishing. And then I got my cover editor, cover designer working on cover designs. And he's my cousin. You know, it's nothing legit. And then if you want to read it, it's gonna be awesome. It's a great tale about a quick advertisement. Here's a practice elevator pitch for my book. It's the tale of me, a young boy who was diagnosed 7 years old with ADD, and I was given amphetamines when I was 7, and I took the amphetamines till like 7th grade. Then I stopped, and then I like did other stuff, and then after 7th grade I started taking the amphetamines again when I was 15, and I like got really good at skateboarding on them, and I took them, and I went to college, and I did all this great stuff, and I kept going back and forth from school to not school, good grades, bad grades, taking amphetamines, not taking amphetamines, what I learned on amphetamines, and then I stopped taking amphetamines, and then I rode my bicycle from Florida to California, and then I tried to make a movie, and I got back on amphetamines, and then when I was on amphetamines I went a little nutty, and then I went back to Florida on and off amphetamines, different jobs, different things, off amphetamines, preschool teaching, everything's great, back on amphetamines, full swing, bookbinding business, pedicabbing, doing dishes, doing amphetamines, getting a little crazy, losing amphetamines, no longer taking amphetamines, and then I got introduced to drinking some ayahuasca medicine, and then I just didn't do amphetamines anymore and started working on myself and learning how to have ADD without taking amphetamines. And then I wrote this book. It took 10 years. Now I'm here. A couple weeks ago I found a secret bike. I wonder if it's still there. I didn't have my truck, and I don't have my truck again. So, what are you doing? So, I'm gonna see if that bike is still there. If you're curious what camera I use, the DJI Pocket. That's why I can run, and everything looks great. So let's see if the secret bike is still there. Yeah, it is. This is the secret bike. Decent. It's a decent bike. It's a nice BMX bike. I'm gonna come back here with my truck and take it. I told myself that if it was still here in a few weeks, it's mine. Sorry. But not today. I'm in my wife's car, not my truck. It's funny. At the end of the day, I always feel okay. No matter what happens in the day, at the end of the day, I feel like it's like a little pat on the back, like, you tried. It's over now. Relax. But during the day, I don't feel that way. Sometimes during the day, I think I'm not doing enough, but then at the end of the day, it's like, you tried. Something about the golden hour. It just tells me you tried. Yeah. Try again tomorrow. Subscribe to my channel. That was a good sauna session. I was in the sauna with my friend Chris, and it was interesting, you know, we were talking about this and talking about that and talking about that and talking about this, talking about being fathers and taking care of the mothers of our children and having children. But at some point he asked me the question, we came across psychedelics because I was talking, and he asked me, he said, can you tell me, what your worst and what your best psychedelic experience was? And I'm not gonna go into that now, but I told him, you know, what I thought was the best, what I thought was the worst, and the benefit of each of those experiences, you know, blah, 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 blah. And then he introduced me to something, it was cool, some kind of, I guess, self-helpy, stuffy like that. He said the 7 whys, and it says, like, anytime you have something you want to say, ask yourself why 7 times, and keep expanding on that, like a child who's curious. So let's try that. You know what I was talking about before I got in the sauna with this camera in front of me was I was talking about making videos. So why am I making this video? First, why? Why am I making this video? Because I want my YouTube channel to grow. Why do you want your YouTube channel to grow? Because I want to make $1 on YouTube. Why? To support my family and my interests. Why do you want to do that? Because work is hard, and I want to be rewarded for everything I've been through and everything I've done. Why? Because sometimes I feel like I just do things and I get nothing really out of it except for the experience of having done it, and the only way I can come to, I guess, cash in on that outcome is to tell stories and to share it. Why do you want to cash in on it? Because I got bills, man. Why do you got bills? Because the world is, things cost money. I can't, there you go. I could have gone a different direction too. But I guess it's like, because I'm thinking, that could have gone in the direction of like, well, you want attention. And it's almost like I'm trying to get past that. Yeah. Of course we want attention. Let's go further than attention. Why do you want attention? Because I want to feel like I matter. Why do you want to feel like you matter? Because I didn't feel like I mattered when I was a kid. I want to make up for it. Why didn't you feel like you mattered when you were a kid? Because they made me take drugs. Why did they make you take drugs? Because I don't know. Because I was an energetic kid, and I was curious, and I didn't get the attention I needed, so I had a deficit of attention. Okay, then why did you take so many amphetamines on your own? Because as a child I just got conditioned to it, and I wanted to keep going. Because I was afraid who I might be without amphetamines. Why? Because for part of my life it was the only way I knew how to get anything done. Anyways, that's kind of a neat technique. Try it out yourself. I don't know if this is all going to be one video, or maybe I should make small videos. But the most important thing is that we have fun. And I'm going to do that. And there's a part of me that's like, dude, these are so weird. Don't publish it. And then I will. And then it'll be like, that part of me that's like, why did you publish that weird video? And then it's like, well, no one's watching them anyways. Wait, you're watching them. They're for you. Check this out.